What's up, everyone? You're tuned in to the channel Eps episode 150. I'm your host, EEPMON, because there is none other. Happy New Year 2025, folks. Well, it's still the New Year's Eve over here, but in just about 3.5 hours, we'll be turning the tide as well. So, what a 2024 it has been. Well, at least for me, as a creative entrepreneur, as a digital artist, this also marks 20 years of me in the creative industry, 20 years of EEPMON, 20 years of me going at it, at large, just keep on going. And where did the time go? But looking back, I realized, like, even I myself, when I put myself a third person looking at myself, I'm like, how did I get here? It's just crazy, you just never know where life takes you. But 20 years and boom, here we are. So I thought that I would do a bit of a recap as a way for me to reflect upon what I've done the past year. I mean, whether or not you want to hear it or not, that's one thing, but I think it's good as an exercise for myself, such that I can bring closure and proceed to 2025 and all it has to offer. So, why don't I share my screen and go straight to the point? Main screen on the go. Okay, no, sorry, wrong one. There we go. So, I figured that Instagram would be the best medium because I've been documenting it so and so. Please follow me on Instagram at EEPMON. Also, please like and subscribe this channel if you like the content, especially for you aspiring creatives, digital nomads, creative entrepreneurs, you name it, because I think that what I will provide you is some insight of some valuable insight of what I do, where I go, how I do things, etc. Projects I work on. Just recently, a motion graphics art piece that I will talk about in just a second. But first, okay, let's go down the list here. Why don't I start with Yokohama, Tokyo, and Osaka with Global DX. Now, the start of my 2024 was really the post Team Canada trade mission to Japan. My B2Bs were very successful, and this follow-up was in, I believe it was in February, where, was it February? Here it is. Yes, I believe it is in February. Yes, February 3rd. No, yes. and I did a digital art workshop with Global DX, specifically Akihiro-san and Richard-san, who instigated and initiated this project. Now, what this project is about, it's part of this event called the YOXO Festival, and it's an innovation annual event, or could be a 2 times a year, bringing startups, innovators, technologists at the Minato Milai district of Yokohama to really spur up the whole digital innovation front. I was invited to give a digital art workshop with sponsors like Wacom, Toa Engineering, to really use Wacom products, which I've been a Wacom, whatever you like to call them. I've been using their products since like almost day one. So it was a natural fit for me to work on this digital art workshop. And what that entailed, do I have any pictures? Oh, here you go. Is that essentially it was to educate children, inspire children, to the youth, the next generation of kids, and just people who are interested in technology to use their products, learn how to draw and translate their work into a digital format. So some of the Wacom, I gotta figure out whether it's the right which was the right way to pronounce it. But I'll just say Wacom. Okay, Wacom people were just giving the presentation, and everyone was drawing, and I was there, part of the workshop, and using technology to create their imaginative characters and whatnot into digital life, which is really cool. I think that is one of the biggest, um, I think, pivots between analog and digital is how what is the streamline, what is the process, the pipeline to get from a hand drawn element onto a digital piece. So this is to really get them started to get them to understand how it all happens. These guys are the Italian. They're from the Italian trade mission for technology startups, and they were also under the wing of Global DX. And they came along, and I met with them, and we just really bonded and had a great collaboration with them also, which I'll talk about in a bit. Italy, Canadian for art, EEPMON, yeah, let's go. I miss those guys. I think um, I know that some of them are returning to Japan to continue their B2B, so I hope to meet up with them later on. But here are so I want to tick off one of the first endeavors in 2024. I want to thank the YOXO Festival, Wacom, Toel Row Engineering, and Toel Row was very instrumental in providing all the digital equipment, screens, networking, etc. So thank you. The green screen background was phenomenal. So that was really awesome. Global DX, of course, they were generous to have me and flew me over there to be part of the digital art workshop. And so that was great. Here's some nice pictures, from my hotel. Like, it's just, every time I go to Japan, this is doing some touring in Japan. Like, it is not only a technological, modern, and great place to hang out and have great sushi, but it's also very spiritual. And I go back almost twice a year at least, because it's a way for me to recharge and re-energize my creative energy. So this is the hotel I was at, and look at that. This is just a beautiful. Minato Milai in Yokohama is just. I like Yokohama, honestly. I wouldn't mind living in Yokohama. It's away from Tokyo. It's not too crazy, not like super crowded, and it's got everything you need. It's a great place, modern, high tech. And during my Japan trip too, I gave a lot of presentations. Of course, the B2Bs, business, that stands for business to business, continuation from the post Team Canada trade mission to Japan that happened in 2023 in October. Now, what I'm presenting here is these are some of my data artwork. I'm using data taken directly from the Japan Meteorological Agency's typhoon data, best track data of 2023, and I reinterpret it in a digital art, essentially. But it's digital art that has context, meaning. And I think that this was what I was doing was to propose to businesses that we should explore art, innovation and creativity as part of building a compelling business model for these companies. So that was that. It was well received, and we continue to build upon that, which led to other endeavors, which again, like after that, like I went back to Japan again, but I'll talk about that later anyway. So that was great. So that was the first takeoff mark for 2024. What else did I do? I went to did Meihodo happen then? Wait, yes, I went to Meihodo. So during my Japan trip, my dear friend and considered like a brother, Andy Chang, he's a household name in the Hollywood martial art industry. He is a man of many connections, and he connected me to Meihodo. Meihodo is an area right on Mount Asol, which is a freaking volcano. And I was there at this resort, a spiritual resort. Look at me, this me, like literally, I was like, freaking cutting, like learning how to cut with a real samurai sword. Um, this is me. It's just like so much surrounded by nature. Doing prayers. This Tanaka-san, this guy is a freaking karate like champion. Like this dude. Like, I was there. Really like this is Hayato-san. I'm like a very spiritual place, a place where you could really rejuvenate and get your energy. I spent 4 nights there. Incredible. I met Mr. So. Mr. So is the one who's like in charge of this whole entire beautiful resort. And I do say that I think that as far as collaborations are concerned, I think that something down the road, I can't say when, I don't know when, but let's just say that the stars are truly aligning and I will be back. Meihodo had an incredible lasting impact and I will be back for more down the road. So this is where I was staying. This is my hotel room. Like this is where I did my meetings. But I did my meetings back in Canada or wherever. And I was just like, this is my office. It's crazy. I wish I could show you more from Meihodo. Like it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Like it's crazy. Do you have sound here? I don't know if you can hear the sound. And as a gift, they gifted me the Hanten jacket, which I still have. Like I have it right here. So great memory. So that was the Japan trip. And then right after Japan, I worked on a project which was with the Chicago Bulls, and it was that time as well, like February, coming back from my Japan trip, Chinese New Year. It was the year of the dragon. And of course, in Chinese culture, well, let alone any Asian culture, pretty much for that matter, the dragon is very, very symbolic. So it was very important that the Chicago Bulls be on top of that as well. And long story short, I got connected with the Bruce Lee Foundation, and they were doing some activation with the NBA. And again, oh wow, actually I see EEPMON and Bruce Lee Foundation. Like they're Shannon Lee. So again, my connections in the Hollywood world, we all got together. They liked my work, and we decided to do a project together to do the NBA Year of the Dragon. So I did a poster design, and we were actually going to be making a cap. I designed a cap for them. Unfortunately, not everything ever pans out the way we would expect. The production of this was not enough time, so we couldn't make it happen. But we did create the poster. People loved it, and we used that. But it was a great fun project. Of course, where is it here? I get to go to, one of the games, the Chicago Bulls games. And this, again, celebrating Chinese New Year, Year of the Dragon. Of course, Bruce Lee is the metal dragon. He was born the Year of the Dragon of the metal element, which is like one of the most extreme. I like to think that metal has the highest frequency and energy. So that cool. That was the NBA. NBA connection. That's Lee. Got connected. And it was fun. I mean, it is what it is. I like to do more of these NBA things, but unfortunately the time was just so tight. So this is just the troops for the performance. I got a Lunar New Year celebration stuffy plushie. I still have it. I still have this thing. It's Jordan. You know what's up, right? So that was great. Okay. Here's some more photos of this is me with the Italian trade mission. I was just giving a little final speech when I was in Japan, and we were like sake up, and we were just having a great time, man. It was great times. Oh, and that's the A Leather jacket. For those who don't know A Leather, I'll talk about them later too. They're based in Osaka, and they do phenomenal leather apparel wear, jackets, highest quality, made in Japan. Pedro-san, he's the guy. He's the I guess he's the one who spearheaded the A Leather brand. If not co-founder, but he's basically the guy who's like really like steering the ship of A Leather. And it was very, I remember like it was last year he gifted me this jacket, and I still wear it today, of course, and it's a fantastic jacket. I'll talk more about that later. A lot of things happened in 2024, folks. A lot of things. Oh yeah, this was at Meihodo, by the way. Here's another Meihodo. I was just, dude, this was in this like dome, secluded in darkness, and you just sit in the middle, and it's like galactic. Like you look up, you see this galaxy. It was crazy. It was so spiritually like incredible. Like I could sit there and meditate with the just like this for like at least an hour. Like it was so serene and peaceful. I loved it. I need to go back. Oh yeah, and here again, Meihodo, there's a forest, and when you look up, you can see the stars. It was crazy. Like, as a person, as a digital artist, working digitally, always surrounded, I'm a city guy, right? I'm a city guy, right? Let's not kid around here. But you go to this, it's like, wow, what a sublime, timeless experience. I will be back. So yeah, there it was. Oh yeah. It was crazy this year. So like, and also I don't know if you guys knew that it was during that time too, like when 2023 I received the Library and Archives Canada Scholar Award. So some of the planes, I think they were still airing my interview on every Air Canada in-flight system. So here I am. Here's EEPMON in Air Canada. So it was like, I think it was one of the final, yeah, before they announced the new winners for 2024. But this thing lasted for all year round. That was crazy. EEPMON's everywhere. That's far right, man. We're taking over. And then I came back to Japan, back to Canada. And then, oh yeah, this is Norman and Marin Takeuchi. So, folks, these guys are household legends, especially in Canada and, of course, Japan. Norman Takeuchi, incredible artist. He was awarded the Order of Canada. It's basically the top national award for recognizing his incredible work. So him and I have been we've been having coffee every month since him being inducted in the investiture ceremony at the Ottawa Art Gallery. Of course, there's my Hampton. There's my thing I got back from Japan. So I know that I'm right with my timelines. So moving on. Again, I was talking about the Italian delegation, and here is an example of some of the stuff I created for them. I created these data artwork using their proprietary data. Of course, I had to get permission and making sure that the data that they provided me is not confidential. These are 3 different companies, 3 different data sets. Check this one. This one's crazy. This is using 48,435 data rows. And as an artist, I can interpret it and use that to create and generate this all. And by the way, what I mean by using data art and generate it, it's all code based, 100% code. I did not use Photoshop. I didn't use any graphical software. It's all coded using open source software such as processing. And like, honestly, the original data set that Novak provided me was over 100,000. It was incredible. It was so intense that I had to like pare it down even further because it just like crashed the system. But you get this sort of like outputs like that. And sometimes I get even surprised by that. So it's so cool. Like data art. See, this is Brick Sensitive. Brick Sensitive is another Italian startup where it takes telemetry data to sense the XYZ, the structural integrity of buildings, all that kind of stuff. So based on those data points, I created these art pieces, like based on that, on what he provided me. So that's cool, right? Like, you could do some great things that tells us compelling story about the artwork itself because it's straight from the data source, right? Literally a CSV file where I could just run it, read it from the program, boom, and then set it all up and generate. Man, this is gonna take a long time. We're 20 minutes in. Where's Quantropy? I want to give a shout out to James Wen because again, the Year of the Dragon was a time where it's again very symbolic, right? And Quantropy, they're all about the zodiacs. They're all about New Year's. So I created the James Wen asked me to create a Year of the Dragon in the Quantropy brand that I pretty much developed for this company. So here it is. Is there a close up? Oh yeah, there's the close up. Isn't that cool? Boom, it was so intense. Yeah, look at that. So shout out to Quantropy. This is their 6th anniversary this year. I guess they're going on their 7th in 2025. Look at that. How looks the detail. Sometimes it's like, wow. It's like sometimes I'm like, I did that. But yeah, so I continue to be of support in their capacity. They're continuing with their quantum initiative, and quantum. If you haven't been, unless you're living under a rock, quantum has been all the ablaze and all the news. And for example, quantum computers is not that far off, and if a bad actor ever gets a hold of a quantum computer, is able to do some malicious things with a quantum computer, we need quantum resilient defense. And this is what Quantropy is about. Defending infrastructure with quantum communication, quantum technologies. So maybe I think later in the summer could be more things happening with them, and which I will help them out in any creative capacity they require. So shout out James Wen. All good. Now we're going to go straight down. Oh, yeah. It was during this time when I was in Meihodo, I was in Japan, where I was also starting to initiate my first my biggest, actually, to date, public art mural back home in Ottawa. And this was a crazy year, folks. This is a crazy year. There's Norman again. Where is it? Oh, yeah. So those living in Ottawa, Ontario, if you haven't been to this part of the city, I recommend you to go visit the Ottawa Art Gallery and check this out. I created this. Well, here's the installation. This biggest mural I have done to date. Okay, check it out, folks. The installers coming in. This was
the moon.
This is
the upper right vent is the only one that's going to be covered.
I don't know if you hear the volume or not.
And they're going to do a great job.
This was on May 7th.
In between.
This mural. Do I have a bigger mural? Do I have a bigger image of the mural? Well, here's the Ottawa Art Gallery crew. Right, you see the mural in the background. It is the biggest one I've done to date, and I want to thank the Ottawa Art Gallery. I want to thank Massive Art. Massive Art is a Montreal-based installation public art company who facilitated the process, and I had my meetings when I was in Japan with them. I want to thank the city of Ottawa, because really we need to get clearance to put this thing up. We make sure that all we dot our I's and cross our T's and make sure there's no hazards and make everything safe. So thank you to the city of Ottawa. I also want to thank the Les Suisses Hotel, because this is where is being installed on the Les Suisses Hotel property side of the brick wall. And also, of course, the parking garage. Apparently, the parking garage is also owned by another private entity. So thank you, all the players involved in making this happen. Here's a rainy day. It's waterproof, folks. This confirms it's waterproof. But we were lucky though, because during the installation we had to ensure that we needed 2 days of clear weather, and when the install date was in May, Mayflowers bring whatever. No, Mayflowers bring April showers. Is that what the saying is? But anyway, there's a lot of like the weather is pretty much unpredictable. So we were just so lucky. Those 2 days were perfect, and we got it in, and it started raining the next day because you can't install this on a rainy day. You had to make sure that it's dry. So that was that. It was very successful. And at the same time, there's Akihiro-san right here. We always have our meetings. I should catch up with this guy. I don't know why Enoch put bars of gold, but I like the look of that. I'll keep that there. In parallel with this mural, I was also doing another mural for the Canadian Museum of History. Now, this was a very impactful mural experience for me because this addresses the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1923. In fact, I created this mural in timing for an exhibition back in Vancouver at the Chinese Canadian Museum called the Paper Trail. And the Paper Trail is an exhibition curated by Catherine Clement that talks about the Chinese immigration certificates, the dizzying array of certificates of discriminating and excluding Chinese to come to Canada back in the day. Made it very difficult. We were the most documented. It's facts. We were the most ID'd, documented, and discriminated. So this exhibition was to bring that conversation to the nation's capital, and I was honored to be selected to be commissioned to create a mural to explore, have a conversation about as part of the panel. Well, as a addition to the core theme of the panel discussion. This is the printing. And here's the official website of the Canadian Museum of History. The Paper Trail, a history of the Chinese Exclusion Act in Canada, information. And I want to give a shout out to Melissa Lee, the president and CEO of the Chinese Community Museum, and Catherine Clement from coming down here from Vancouver to speak about this very important discussion that we must not forget about. And one second. And I also want to give a shout out to Alexis Boyle of the Canadian Museum of History, who was instrumental of bringing everything together. I should catch up with her as well. I should really catch up with her. Yeah, definitely a coffee follow-up is necessary. But yeah, and here's a photo of my mural that I did last year in the Ottawa Art Gallery. This is looking within the shadows of the red sun, and that's part one. And I like to think that the one that I'm doing, that I did for the Canadian Museum of History, is part two. Now, what does it look? Do I have I must have an actual photo of it. Here it is.
EEPMON here. Thursday, May 23rd, 2024, I will be unveiling my mural titled The Paper Trail Towards the Red Sun in timing for the Canadian Museum of History's Asian Heritage Month, coinciding with the Chinese Canadian Museum CEO Melissa Lee, as well as the Paper Trail to the 1923 Chinese Exclusion Act curator Catherine Clement will be joining us through a panel discussion about a very dark time in Canadian history. I look forward to the event tomorrow and to be part of the dialogue. See you tomorrow, everyone.
So yeah, these are the actual Chinese immigration certificates, CI certificates.
EEPMON here.
And those are mine. Those are I believe they're from Don Quan, I believe. Yeah, I think these are from Don Quan. Those are a copy of them, but he has the original certificate. Library Archives Canada also has a lot of the documents as well. So yeah, a very dark time in Canadian history, and I think we certainly need more discussion and to shine a light on this dark time, definitely. So 2025, perhaps there might be more for that. There's Alex Bazak, the CEO, president CEO of the Ottawa Art Gallery. She wonderful individual. I love her. She's great. Oh yeah, I also did T-shirts of the Chinese Exclusion Acts. Was of course in time for Asian Heritage Month. Is a T-shirt, and is the back. Elements taken from the mural were reinterpreted for a T-shirt format, limited edition, and I believe, like, I've heard of sold out. I don't know where it else went. Like, it's like I looked for it and it's gone. So I was kind of surprised. They never told me that it was gone. So I was like, oh, okay. So whoever got these got some exclusives. Like, I didn't even know where it is. I should follow up and really find out where I can, if there's more. I want to get more, but I only got one. Here it is. There's the panel discussion. In the middle is Melissa Lee, and that's Catherine Clement. Straight from Vancouver. And it was a really, I'm saying that this was a very impactful mural that I did, and what was part of and what was for. Because for the first time, really, that, like, I'm an artist and I create things, but I don't say never, but creating something with an advocacy or that it has some cultural influence or diplomacy or discussion. It was more like, for me, I would work on something that's more commercial, something more that was more digestible, of course, for the masses. But this was very impactful because it's my community, is my Chinese Canadian community, bringing together people of Chinese descent all over Canada to come together to find closure. These are my parents. My parents were there. And then look at this. It brought in all generations of Chinese Canadians, old, young, getting together. There's my brother. We got some MPs from Vancouver too. Like that was a very moving experience. And that happened back in May. I need to really continue this. I really need to continue this. So yeah, that was a very impactful experience. Absolutely. Yeah, we got to continue. Just me doing a speech, just talking about my artwork. There's Ava. There's Ava and Isaac, my nephew, niece, right on the right side, or stage left. Wow. Oh, there's Edwin and Lexi. Thank you for your support, as always. So yeah, so that was that. Jesus, so much has happened. I was giving Alex and Jennifer my Eatverse. Oh yeah, so my other thing I did was Eatverse. I launched my own NFT project, blockchain mascot EatMonkey, and co-founded with Killjoy. His AKA is Killjoy. And he's an incredible blockchain Web3 Solidity developer. And we just did a campaign, and we really launched this, and it's really about using next generation web technologies to engage and empower communities. There's EatMonkey there. And we did a great presentation. We launched it. We did a workshop. There's Killjoy. We even got Lana Dingwall, who's an incredible Web3 blockchain spokesperson. She's a consultant, entrepreneur. It's folks. Like, if I'm a technologist, I'm a digital artist, so this is totally in my lane. That being said, despite what people are saying, blockchain technology, tokenization of assets, Web3 it's the next big wave, folks. So get ready for that. Metal ones. And now we've created an app where you can actually mint the monkey.
You got a metal one. That looks pretty hard.
I got it ready. So we're just starting with this.
I do like the ringtone.
Oh, that was good times. It was great. What was this? Why do I have that there? Sorry.
So here
It
we
is
are.
funny.
We're gonna set the Merkle route for the airdrop of the Art Engine hoodie.
Yes, the first airdrop ever. Exclusive.
I mean, it's gonna work. It's gonna work.
It's gonna work.
So hold
It's
on
gonna
to
work.
it and we do it
I love
live.
it because it's like we're so early. It's like, all right, it's like we're like literally working in a garage, modern day garage startup. All right, guys, is it gonna work? It's gonna work. I love it.
All right.
So here we are. We're gonna set the.
We did a countdown.
We'll do a countdown. Shall we do just count from 10?
That's a good number to start from.
Okay, that's good. All right. 10.
I gotta do this. We gotta continue this big time. This is our Art Engine to do the drop.
4, 3.
That was back in June.
1. Let's go. Woo, okay.
All right. So now everyone, refresh your phone.
Let's go.
Hopefully you see a little icon on the top of your screen there.
Yes, I have a gift.
You have a gift? You have a gift?
You have a gift. You have a gift. I love it. The fact that it's just listening to these conversations is like we're just so early. It's like, all right, you got a gift. Did the airdrop? Did you get an airdrop? So but that's the fun part of doing a startup. This is EEPMonkey, and I want to thank Art Engine for being generous hosts of our initial launch and premiere of Eatverse. You see my Eatverse sticker? I still have it here. You can be sure that more Eatverse endeavors coming up in 2025, folks. So get ready for that. Eatverse.xyz. Check it out. Right? And we're just involved in so many. Throughout the year, we're involved in a lot of Web3 projects or events. So because I think it's also very important that we also do our due diligence to educate the general public about blockchain technology. For us, we're not just about cryptocurrencies and stuff like that. Like that's one thing, but we are actually one of the use cases using art and creativity, leveraging blockchain technology. So here is, my EEPMonkeys.
All right. Time to claim my gift.
Here, there's my gift.
Let's take a look.
Does it work?
Beyond Blockchain jogging pants. Let's go.
Let's go.
Who should I equip it? Which one?
Excuse me.
I don't know. I think we're gonna equip. We're just gonna equip the same monkey. So we do this. Look, the mint fee is pennies, not even. You know
even
why?
pennies.
Because it's built on base, baby.
Layer 2
Accept
base.
and send. And all right,
Now we got it.
is it equipped?
Yeah.
Indeed, this EEPMonkey is now officially equipped. That's pretty hard, man. Look at that. Look at that.
Now, this is a big deal. Like, I don't know if my listeners understand the significance of equipping EEPMonkey with different accessories, okay? Hear me out. It sounds simple, but the underlying technology that is required for that to happen, especially in blockchain and tokenization, is actually very unique and innovative, very innovative, because we're talking about tokens. ERC 721 tokens can own other tokens such that you have a hierarchy of assets or tokens that can be moved together as one unit, or you can facilitate the taking just parts of the hierarchy and use that for something else. We think about gamification. You think about what you can do with it. Well, imagine a platform where you have a community of creating these very unique accessories of Eat Monkey, or getting involved with these special drops of only at this event could you get this blockchain, beyond blockchain jogging pants. And if you're not there at the event, you miss out, you don't get it. So it incentivizes a sort of, community of creating unique looking Eat Monkeys, and could also foster a nice potential marketplace of trading of these assets. Like, I like that outfit, I want that. Or maybe the buyer's like, well, I just want to just here. You really want maybe that you like the sunglasses? Well, I can trade the sunglasses. So we're creating a community, but also a community of like people who can really soup up their character. And in the future, we want to definitely do more gamification involving video games, events, RL events, and especially phygital experiences. Oh, phygital. Yeah. I mean, I did a Eat First t-shirt, which I'll talk about that later. Of course, like, having done the mural at the Ottawa Art Gallery, having done the mural at the Ottawa Art Gallery, finally we did an opening to unveil not just the new artwork at the Ottawa Art Gallery, but also had me and Massive Art, City of Ottawa, having the downtown Rideau community to talk about this piece, about this mirror and why it's so significant.
Digital craft. This is the sort of collaboration I find myself going back to that notion of digital allows, again, traversing different places, different ecosystems, different industries.
I need a haircut.
I think that's an amazing time. I think that in Canada,
so that was really great. 1 second, man. I think I've got like a cold or something. Just 1 second. I gotta sneeze. And I am back. Okay, so that was what? Well, that was June. That was like, middle of summer.
Here in Jackson. But this isn't the first time you've really worked at this scale, worked in the public realm. Tell us about your practice and about this artwork.
Sure thing. Can you guys?
So that was great. More Eat First endeavors. Of course, Canada Day starts rolling around. Wow. Man, I did a lot of crazy things, man. That's crazy. Like, I even gave a seminar of a debrief about my experience at the Team Canada Trade Mission at the Government of Canada, specifically with Canadian Heritage and the Canada Council for the Arts. So again, I'm increasingly, I don't know if you, in my previous episodes of the channel Eves, I mentioned that I am increasingly involved with cultural diplomacy type endeavors, and policy related discussions involving creativity, innovation, art. Oh, there's James Wen. Thank you for coming, and I'm sure more exciting things are coming down the pipeline with Quantropy. And then another big thing happened for me this year was I was accepted as a fellow for the Banff Forum, the 2024 Banff Forum, and this fellowship is the Arne Bank Johansson Fellowship. So every year, the Banff Forum selects 1 or 2 artists in Canada, specifically in the creative industry space, to engage with policy-related discourse. So Banff Forum, at least from my understanding, is all about policy, public policy, right? Government, things that are happening in defense, what's happening about the, just issues that are concerning Canada, how to become a better Canada, what does Canada mean to the world internationally, and it happens all over. And every chapter of the Banff Forum is in a different location. This time, the Banff Forum will be held at Whitehorse, Yukon. I was thrilled to hear this, and I've never been to the territories, so this was announced, but when was this? But I didn't go. It's July, but it wasn't until September that I went. But this was a really a big honor to be part of this So more on that later. Oh yeah, this is Chris Kitson. He is the Director General of the Canadian Space and Aviation Museum, or the Canada Space and Aviation Museum. I've known him for many, many years, and I know that at some point I want EEPMON in space. So Chris, if you're hearing this, we got to do a collaboration with your museum. And then we're going to hit up the Canadian Space Agency, okay? Let's go. I can dream, can I? Come on, folks. Here's Pauline. This is, again, this is back to Quantropy. I've been doing a lot of branding and portraits. It is an example of a portrait of Quantropy. This is a kind of very, very abstract, kind of entropy-ish style. Yeah. This is my friend Maria. Maria's saying we go way, way back. We go way, way back. So we did our first, I did a Channel Eeps interview with her. It was intense, like 3 long hours of like, so no, did I? Part 1 of 6. Wow. We did 6 parts. But yeah, it was a really great conversation about entrepreneurship, especially in the creative industry. So do check it out. They're in my past chapters. Episode 99. Go look for that. Go look for that later. After you listen to this, go to episode 99. So this year I also started doing a lot of my video blogging, like the Channel Eeps. Now, like, I'm not looking to get millions of views. It's just more like I felt it was time to start to document my creative process and my creative journey. I think it's very valuable for those who are wondering what goes behind a digital nomad or a creative entrepreneur. What does it take? What he or she does? How do they think? What do they do? What needs to happen? So I've been doing this for almost 20 years now. So I think it's time to really, provide some insight. Shingo too. We go back up. He's a buddy of mine. I see him from time to time. I first met him in New York City, so I went to his concert in Montreal. Oh my God, are we getting into Bad Forum territory now? Wow. Hold on. Yeah, because this is Bad Forum. This is after the Bad Forum? September. Yeah, this is after Bad Forum. Okay, so where are the Bad Forum photos? Did I not post stuff about the Bad Forum? That's bullshit. What? Impossible. Oh no, they're here. Okay, sorry, my bad. What am I talking about here, folks? The Banff Forum. Here are some photos from Whitehorse, Yukon. This is Lydia. I want to thank Lydia. I want to thank the Banff Forum team for having me as a Arnie Bank Johansson Fellow. It was an honor, and I'm sure this is not the end of, the Banff Forum Kims are going. I'm a fellow Banffer, and you can be sure that I will be back for the next one. It was a great event. Yes. She's also my fellow. There's Arnie Bank Johansson as well. And we were on the culture bus, so we were giving a talk on the bus. Sponsored by Queen's University. So thank you, Queen's University, for sponsoring our bus. It was very engaging conversation with those. We had pretty much almost a full bus who really want to know more about the culture side and the art and innovation and how that affects policy. So you had to be there. You had to be there to hear it. Beautiful sceneries, and it's just great communities. Great communities. Yeah. The guy on the left, that's Vice Admiral Topshee of the Royal Canadian Navy. Hold on 1 second, folks. Hold on. Hold a thought. It was a really great panel talking about this defense up in the north. And look what I got. I got a Royal Canadian Navy cap because I had some great follow-ups with Vice Admiral Topshee at the Navy headquarters. So it happens to be in Ottawa because Ottawa is the nation's capital. It is the all caps, folks. We're all here. So, yeah. It'd be so great to, who knows what would entail, but could you see EEPMON with the Royal Canadian Navy at some point? I wouldn't be surprised. Hold that thought. Okay, let's keep on going. Do you have any more photos? Here we go. Woo! That was fun. That was great. I had a great chat with him. Really cool dude. And I gotta, yeah, I gotta do something with the Navy. I have to. So yeah. So that was that. So Band Forum, thank you. Again, this is Norman Takeuchi. Had a solo show. Again, we catch up for coffee and all that. Great guy, amazing dude. And then I went to New York because in New York City, when was this? September 23rd. Yeah, September 23rd. I went to New York because my brother, Kevin Chan, who also so happens to be working for Meta, aka Facebook, he spearheaded and organized this panel during the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly to discuss about open source artificial intelligence and improving global language access. I was so happy to be in New York, and I was like, of course I will go and see my brother in action. And check this out.
Okay,
They say we sound alike.
So I think we have a video that's going to play. So while we're going to do that,
Brought in members from UNESCO.
My fellow panelists to come onto the stage. So in no particular order, we have Jan LeCun, Vice President and Chief AI Scientist.
Yeah, this guy's the AI master.
We have Assistant Director General Talvik Jalasi, who is
UNESCO. Crazy. So yeah, it was great. And he talked about how they can use artificial intelligence to democratize language access. So, my understanding, my takeaway is that there are a lot of languages that are on the margins of extinction. And we talked about how artificial intelligence and AI can be used to, what's the right word? To secure, save the language from dying off, I guess. You know what I mean? And this is basically a way to, and also to educate. So it's a way to leaving no language behind, essentially, what AI can do. So it was really a discussion about that, and they launched with Hugging Face. This Hugging Face is the company startup that is using these in collaboration with Meta to launch this language. Securing this leave no language behind model, and it was very well received, and they have a working prototype. So hey, despite what we hear in the news about AI scaring people about jobs and all that, but here's a real practical use, how it could benefit society. Fantastic. So I'm very proud of him, my brother, to witness him in action. So fantastic. Thank you, Kevin Chan, for having me to hear your incredible, to watch your incredible event during the silence of Unga. Oh yeah, and then I'm back in Japan, folks. Back in Japan. What's up? And then I went back to Japan because of B2Bs. And I was in Japan for about a month. Especially, I think one of my goals going back to Japan was to really solidify my relationship with the Canadian Embassy in Tokyo, or the Canadian Embassy of Japan. Because I feel that not only did the Team Canada trade mission is not just about to continue fostering B2Bs with your contacts and building discussions and building more business opportunities and business development, but on a diplomatic level, diplomacy, cultural diplomacy, soft power diplomacy, it was important for me to build stronger relationship with the Embassy of Canada. That was one of my goals. Now, whether folks, as a creative entrepreneur, everything is uncertain. I don't know what this would lead to. Could this lead to an opportunity for the Osaka Expo 2025 coming up? I don't know. Maybe it's too late for that. but whatever. I believe that these relationships are important. So when I go back to Japan again, yeah, I will have a follow-up meeting with them. Why not? Just to, because I just to put a presence, put a person, put a face to things goes a long way. Okay, so I went there, great stuff. Here's my Eatverse running tee. By that time, we launched the Eatverse digital experience. So I also did a half marathon in Chiba prefecture. So you can see Tokyo Tower in the far off. And then just Yokohama. Love Yokohama. The music's from Duet. Love it. Anyway. And then of course I went to check out Canada Goose's new store in Ginza, Tokyo. And of course, who's in their Canada Goose book? Who's the brand ambassador? Oh, it's EEPMON. So EEPMON's everywhere. There's an Air Canada, Canada Goose. Look, for those who didn't know, I did a collaboration with Canada Goose back in 2014, and this jacket is timeless. But anyway, I am a Canada Goose ambassador, brand ambassador. So let's keep on going. Oh yes, here's the A leather. That's Pedro-san. So this is I was in Osaka, and we always have an incredible hangout, great kickoff. Earlier in the year when he gifted me the leather jacket. Can you expect a collaboration down the road with the A Leather team? I think so. They are amazing people, innovative in what they do with just the product of leather itself. They're doing some phenomenal things. Go to A Leather Japan. I'll provide the link to the show notes. But stay tuned for more between EEPMON and A Leather Japan. Did I go to LA? What was this? No, this is my mentor. He received the Black Belt Hall of Fame. Yeah. He just been awarded the Black Belt Hall of Fame during that time. For those who don't know Curtis Wong, I want to just do a little bit of a minute about Curtis. This man, I met him back in 2015-ish. He's my mentor. Okay. Businessman. He published a lot of these martial arts, kung fu magazines back in the day. He's best friends with Jackie Chan. And in fact, it had a lot to do with Curtis's influence making Jackie Chan the man he is and being renowned in Hollywood because of this man. I like to think, and I believe it's the case. This man is a legend. He's very like DL, folks. But I want to give him a shout out because this man, amazing guy. So Curtis Wong, I will see you next time I'm in LA for real. And what this was? Oh yeah. Of course, here's a photo. Fellow Banffers, Tanya Woods, Vice Admiral Topshee, visited their headquarters, National Defense Headquarters. Again, maybe something down the line. We'll see what happens. But 2024 is really building that momentum for 2025 and beyond. That's all I can say about that. That's my niece, Ava. And then I'm going to an hour. Holy cow! Honestly, I don't know if you guys want to hear this whole thing. But anyway, to finish it off, I did a video motion artwork piece for Beverly Hills for something called the Unforgettable Gala. The Unforgettable Gala is an annual event held at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California, celebrating the achievements of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders in Hollywood, entertainment, you name it. So you think of any celebrity that's Asian, Simu, for example, Michelle Yeoh. They're there, okay? This is the place. This is the gala. This is the event. In fact, we have Hiroyuki Sanada at the event, which that was literally like last month, November. Was it November? Wait, no. It was earlier this month. It was December. What the hell am I talking? Dang, it was actually like 3 weeks ago. What am I talking about? My mind's racing. So this was in Beverly Hills. Andy Chang on the left, Coco on the right. Really great people. I feel that where I'm going, I need to continue. My intuition tells me I need to continue to pursue this area, this route. This is a new domain that has opened up to me. Like I've been building since Curtis Wong, my mentor, the Hollywood and Los Angeles scene. But I felt that now, I tell you, like I said in my previous episode, sometimes it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Sometimes it even takes almost 10 years in order something to really solidify. You just got to keep building your relationships, keep in contact, and something eventually, the stars will align at some point. And perhaps this point has happened for me from 2015 to 2025 or 2024. I did a motion artwork in conjunction with Motion Arts Association. There's people behind it. I'm one of them. Philip Sahagan, like the guy who's on the left of me, stage left, and Andy Chang at the front. The individual next to Andy Chang, she's Shannon Lee, as Bruce Lee's daughter. She was sitting at our table. Like every individual there, okay? There's David, there's Jay. David. Go check out David Official. This guy, this dude right here. Like, look at this guy. Is every single person is an influencer and incredible talent. So, to be part of that engagement I felt that this is the energy that I need to explore more. This is where I got to go. This is not only do I do the Japan thing, not only do the soft power diplomacy thing, cultural diplomacy representing Canada, but this for Hollywood and for where I can go my creative industry in this route. I'm curious now. I'm curious. So I need to explore it more. Right? And this is me. When I was in Japan, I was also working this project too. So this is back at home, but I was storyboarding, concepting, all that stuff. I'm gonna turn off the volume because I just don't want this to be, in case there's some issues with this. But like the idea is I'm using Adobe After Effects, I'm doing motion graphics now. Like I've done motion graphics before, but now I'm really putting it into practice in a real live performance setting. Okay. I've got the resolution, got the specs and everything. And the screen, folks, live. It was happening live in the conjunction in the choreography with the performers, the K-Star Academy performers, everyone. We were just doing it all in sync. Motion graphics. Like these guys are so talented, folks. Humbled. I'm absolutely humbled to be part of this amazing group. The video is up on my Instagram, so you could check the whole video. I'm not going to bore you with this. Like I'm talking a lot, so I need to conclude pretty shortly. Andy Chang just is speaking, as we prepare. Great. It was so many people, folks, at the Beverly Hilton. It was like, let's get the volume up.
It has a triangle structure with traditional art, performing art, and finally is innovative art. There is a saying.
Look at how many people there are.
The Wusa experience.
Influencers, you name
it.
Celebrities, you name it.
You will go help someone. In art,
so this is the conclusion. So this is the finished one. Everyone loved it. We're all there, supported by the Bruce Lee Foundation. Everyone loved it. Look at this. There's Hiroyuki Sanada-san. He's like nodding, like well done. Like look at this guy. Arigatou gozaimashita. And then also you can watch the video too there. So please enjoy. Go to my Instagram at EEPMON. Follow me. You get more behind the scenes. Oh my God, are we over 1 hour now, folks? Oh my God, 1 hour and a half. So it's 10 o'clock. And I thought this is a fun one because I bumped into serendipitously Leslie Weir, the librarian and archivist of Canada. Okay. Of course, I was awarded the Library and Archives Canada Scholar Award. So her and I, we have a great synergy, in the creative culture space. And for those who don't know, Library and Archives Canada, they are a federal government department body. Like they hold the keys, holding the archives, the history of Canada. They are that's their mandate, right? They hold the history of all things Canada. So I'm excited to see what 2025 will bring. I'm honored to be part of a Library Archives Canada Scholar Award laureate. And, they're going to be building, and as we speak, they're building a new, I like to think it's like a spaceship. It's Arisoke. It's going to be a joint facility between the Ottawa Public Library and the Library Archives Canada. This building is phenomenal. Slated to be open, I think, in 2026, still being constructed. You can be sure that I'm sure, like, down the road, there'll be some endeavors between myself and LAC. Because, we're part of the, I guess I mentioned, like I'm increasingly being more involved with not just creating art for the sake of art, but serving a purpose. Now, I don't want to get patriotic here, but serving the country. You gotta. For me, I feel I'll be transparent. Like, I feel now, having been doing EEPMON for about 20 years now and building my reputation, and I continue to. It doesn't end. It doesn't. It continues my life, right? I like to think, maybe I'm brainwashed, who knows, but I like to think that I do this. I can do this because Canada, the country, provided me this opportunity, the freedom for me to choose this lifestyle. There are a lot of places around the world that won't even allow artists to thrive. No, you cannot. Otherwise, there's countries that you get killed if you try to express yourself. So I don't forget about how grateful I am where I'm from, where I was born and raised. I'm born and raised in Ottawa. So I feel I have a service, a duty, a due diligence to also show what great things are coming out from Canada, right? Need not to be, it'd be whatever you want. It'd be whatever creative thing. I'm going to continue to do what I do, right? I just did the motion artwork mural thing, for in Beverly Hills. That is an example. That's an example. And I have to continue to represent. So, there's my patriotic side of things, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's important. Maybe it's a sign that I'm maturing. I have no idea. But I can tell you, folks, it is quite a ride. My life is quite a ride, folks. It's looking back in 2024. Well, looking back at my entire career, almost 20 years now. Had I continued to not pursue this world, I would have been a completely different man. I could have easily worked at a design agency, probably at a big city. I could have easily worked at a company, a government organization, being in Ottawa. We're all national institutions here, and our government's here, the public sector's here. I could have been so easily influenced to take that route, and that would have been okay. That's for most people. That's the way it should be, right? When I was growing up, I felt that the definition of success was like get a university degree or get a college university degree. Like, getting a university degree was a big deal. For some reason, it was like that was like a big deal for me. And then once I got that, and it was like, okay, you gotta get a job. And fortunately, I had some co-op jobs that really opened my eyes. Like, wow, I gained the confidence and I learned how to do a job. Like I learned. I was like, wow, I can actually do this. It's not as scary as I thought it is. Like, you give me the task and I do it. But then, I guess I'm digressing a bit. But the thing is, like, I realized that for me, my mind perhaps doesn't work that way. Like, I get exposed and get the experience, but I realized like there was something about me that's, as a creator, as something to really explore and really get out there in the world to, it's like my personality needed to really find that right fit, and that world wasn't it was a fit, but it didn't define me entirely. So that's why I created EEPMON, because EEPMON was like a test. It was like, subconsciously I created EEPMON because like I needed a vehicle that can propel me into so many different areas, different realms. And I remember seeing, going to these creative conferences, and I was like, oh, I see the rock stars of the industry, of the creative industry, and they're coming over to talk about really cool shit. I was like, wow, they can do it, so can I. I want to do that. I think that'll be the best way of really expressing myself. And here I am. And this is just the beginning. Like, 2024 was fantastic, and I'm absolutely grateful. And I know that this is opening up for new areas to explore. But that means I have to follow through. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. 2025, folks, Happy New Year. Exciting times are ahead. Keep it going. And I thought that I would share you this long data dump of my 2024. I apologize if it bored you, but I feel that it needed to be documented again, for especially those aspiring to become entrepreneurs themselves, and seeing my trajectory and how I navigate through what some may call it uncertain waters. But uncertainty is a gift. Uncertainty is our strength. And if you can accept that and the trials and tribulations that come with it, then your life is a grand adventure. Please like and subscribe. Thank you. This is the channel Eps episode 150. Happy New Year 2025. And until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.